when you can't discover. I think that if they take Gaza from you guys, it doesn't mean that Israel's not going to have some type of influence there. And guys, and this is it right here. After I accidentally fucking knocked myself off the thing, but 227, and this.
There we
go. So we're gonna close this thing out. Let's go ahead and get.
And thank you, Brianna. Thanks for all you do. No problem at all. No problem at all. And shout out Brianna. Now that's 46 super chats until we open up Conspiracy Hour and open up the call-in line. Like I said, tonight's Conspiracy Hour is going into Epstein and his, relations with people. Because, hey, you think you're going to see Trump's name all over, but really you're going to see the Clintons. But we'll get more into that if we get there.
Go back to, where were we? Boom.
Federal government's payment system.
Democrats freaking out over your boy Elon Musk and Doge.
I have no idea, but I don't have any positive thoughts when it comes down to it. I appreciate that you played the clip of Jamie Raskin, and as Congressman Raskin asked, why do you need access? I mean, here it is. I'm a fully elected member of Congress. I don't have that kind of access. So when you start talking about who should have access to literally the system that controls approximately $6 trillion of our dollars, I don't really understand, because the people that worked in those positions could only distribute money per the law. So why is it that the Doge committee would have to have access? And
Hold on. But they're distributing money per law. And here's the thing. All of y'all want to say, oh, it's public information. But I'm going to be real with you, like 80% of Americans, maybe more, did not know where our money was going. And if you look at US Gov, it doesn't really get too explicit on where this money is going. Like I said, like the whole condom for Gaza or reproduction aid for Gaza, that came from our government to a whole organization that does that for Gaza. So when we're saying this stuff, you're going like, oh, you guys are dramatic and all that, or you guys could look up this information. No, I could look up where the money went to, but it will require even deeper research that most people don't do to find out what they do with the money. So when y'all say it's public information, I mean, it's public information that our government sends money to these organizations, but it's not public information to where you'd have to, it's not public information on what these organizations do, how they operate, what's their financial statements. No, it's not.
That's not the place that you go to look for cuts.
And shout out Golitza for the $10 super chat. Ain't really got too much to say. Just throw down the 10 for support, and we appreciate you. Shout out.
You look at our budget, which it is Congress that has the power of the purse. You look at our budget, you help the president come up with his proposed budget, and then the House and the Senate will decide what we send to his desk, and he gets to decide whether or not he signs it into law. He should not have access to this. And with people already having angst about Elon Musk and the things that he does as it relates to technology, this is not instilling anything more than another layer of fear, especially since normally when you are going to be in a position like that, you have to go through security clearances. And let me tell you, some people think security clearances are all about what.
And look, I'll be honest, that Elon Musk cannot get a security clearance, guys, because of drug usage and shit like that, questionable relationships with China. So this is actually true. I'll give her credit here. Like you need to have a security clearance for some of this shit, and he doesn't have one.
Whether or not you have a warrant.
Shout out to Brett Osika, says, let's fucking go. Appreciate that, Brett. Yeah, I know you enjoyed that monologue for sure. I weaved it all together, baby. Like I'm talking about.
Or not. No, they look at whether or not you have some sort of divided interest. They look at whether or not you have good credit. They look at so many other things. And we're talking about someone who's unelected, unvetted, and definitely unconfirmed that is now literally sitting atop our $6 trillion. And we don't know what it is that he's doing. And
he's not sitting upon $6 trillion. No, he's not. He's looking into what happened to trillions of dollars of taxpayer money. No, he's not controlling it. Elon Musk cannot send or receive money through USAID. He can only look at where the money has been going, just like we all can. But the thing is, Elon Musk could look even deeply into what's going on. Like, all right, well, why are we sending it there? What did they say they needed it for? Like things you just can't get on usspending.gov. Trust me, you won't get the full breakdown of what it was sent for. Why are we doing it? No, you just get the fact that we sent it to them. That's it.
We honestly don't know what role he has.
Look, you have well articulated some of the bad thoughts as you described them at the top here. The question is, does Musk's team now have the power to actually disrupt federal payments?
CIA director.
In my opinion, they do, but I honestly don't know. We still don't know really what Doge is in the first place. I mean, listen, think about it like this, Alex. You know, everyone hates Congress. That's just what it is, right?
And please, bro, can we have a no, I'm not even going to be insulting. All right, let's have a smart conversation here, right? Because, oh, if Elon was Soros, would you guys agree? And I'm always sitting here over like, if Soros was just going to look over what the Republicans were sending their money to and then open it up for conversation, like, oh, are you guys okay for the Republicans sending their money out here and here? I'm okay with that. And that's all Elon Musk is doing. Now you're asking me, oh, well, would you be upset if Elon Musk was actually sending money in and out through foreign aid? Yeah, we would be upset. Just like we'd be upset if Soros was doing the same thing. But I'm not going to get upset if Soros is just looking over where this money's going. Not at all. If that's what Biden said, oh, yo, Soros, go ahead and look into where these Republicans been sending this money in and out, I'd have been okay with that. I'm like, oh, yeah, please let us know what they've been doing with our money, please. But it's crazy how I'm open for the transparency, but y'all not.
But as a sitting member of Congress, I mean, I had to give up my ability to practice law. I am prevented from being able to practice law to prevent potentially somebody dropping a load of cash on me and I do something that is nefarious as one of 435. And now we're talking about a guy who literally gets government contracts from the...
She's kind of right on that one. I'll give her that. He's a huge, matter of fact, a lot of Elon Musk money comes from the government.
United States and has not had to divest, has not had, I mean, it is really awful. And I know right now people are asking whether or not their IRS refund checks are going to be effective.
Someone says, so you need a top secret clearance to know which criminals are doing.
If IRS refund checks had any type of effect going on, I'm pretty sure the IRS reached out already. But like, yeah, I ain't gonna lie, there's gonna be a bit of a pause, but we're talking about governments. We're talking about these things that we have in our government that send money out, that send taxpayer money out, not repaying our taxpayers for, paying their taxes. You feel me? We're not doing that. Okay, this is not an attack on the people. This is an attack on our government and forcing them to be more accountable, or just exposing where the hell they've been putting our money at. Because $8 million of taxpayer money going to Politico, and I don't read Politico or plan to. Yeah, I kind of want to be reimbursed on that. I feel like we should all get reimbursed on that.
With our tax money. Well, you got to remember,
I don't care how much sense
these government records have a lot of personal information in them. So that's why typically when you deal with sensitive stuff like that, you need a clearance. But she doesn't even have access to it.
We don't know if this is more DEI. Are you going to say if it's somebody that's a person of color, then for some reason, whatever they paid in to the federal government, they're not allowed to get it back? Like, we don't know, but there is no reason for any political appointee, if you can even call him that, to have this kind of access. There's none.
Let me mention the fact that you are also a member of the Judiciary Committee, and since Donald Trump took office, multiple top FBI officials and federal prosecutors who all worked on January 6 cases, they're out of a job. And now the DOJ wants names of those who worked on the Trump or January 6 investigations for possible firing. What do you make of this apparent cleansing?
I mean, you just called it what it is. It's a cleansing. I mean, listen, when Democrats got out there and we said...
Look, I mean, see, here's the thing, bro. It was the Democrats that waged lawfare first, right? Like, I don't like lawfare either. I think it's fucking stupid. But the reality is that you guys started it. Now, basically, you guys are going to have to deal with some retribution. Let's just keep it 1,000, chat, right? Like, bro, let's just deal with the elephant in the room. After Donald Trump left office and the January 6th stuff ensued, there was a systematic approach to indicting and charging and going after Donald Trump. How do I know this? Because I know when you're conducting criminal investigations, you have to do something called deconfliction. So I know that the FBI down here in Florida had to work with the FBI up there in Washington, D.C. to pursue those two charges that they had, where they got him for insurrection up in D.C. and then they got him for the classified document case down here. The United States Attorney's offices had to talk. Then on top of that, I know for a fact they had to coordinate with the state cases with Alvin Bragg up there in New York, and they had to confer with.
Guys, let's get us to 70 likes, guys. We're at 65. Let's get us to 70. Got over 100 y'all in here. So go ahead and double tap that screen, like the video, or hit the 3 dots up there in the corner. Appreciate the support, guys.
Fannie Willis down in Georgia. So I guarantee you guys, okay, I can bet my left testicle that at some point, okay, you could take this to the fucking bank, what I'm about to tell you guys. At some point, all 4 jurisdictions, FBI and the United States Attorney's Office out of Washington, D.C., FBI and the United States Attorney's Office out of the Southern District of Florida, the District Attorney's Office out of New York City, run by Alvin Bragg, and the Fulton County District Attorney's Office, run out of Georgia. All 4 of them at some point had to get on a conference call or meet together and figure out how they were going to run each of their cases without necessarily violating due process, and also ensuring that everyone is able to indict them at a time that is appropriate for them. Also, another thing that I just realized now while I was talking about this, if you guys notice how they would indict Trump and then they'd wait a few months and then he'd get indicted again. You guys catch that? Back in like 2022, 2023, every single time there was a lawful action being done or he was being indicted or something like that, they would wait a few months before he got charged again. You guys want to know why? Me looking back, thinking about this, thinking out loud with you guys right now, they wanted all the press coverage they can get when they did it. There's a reason why they did the search warrant at his house, then waited a few months later to indict. They probably had the evidence to indict within a week, but they said, nah, let's let this shit fucking cook a little bit, right? After New York did their case, Florida waited a bit. Then, boom, FBI is doing the search warrant at his house. Then, then a few months after that, Washington, D.C., then Fannie Willis, right? FBI, open up! Democrats can't be angry that after the systemic fucking lawfare that they participated in for 2 years on Donald Trump after January 6th, now he's getting his revenge. And look, is it right? Is it wrong? I'm not here to judge, but what I am here to say, they can't be mad that they kicked the hornet's nest and now they're getting stung.
Gotcha, bitch.
And that's what's happening. That is what's happening. He's going after everyone that went after him. He's not doing it overtly. He's trying to.
And here's the thing, though. That's the like, oh, he's going after his political opponents. I'm like, then what did you call this whole election when him getting all these felonies and them charging him 34 times for the same thing?
They want to ignore that and say he was actually guilty of these crimes.
Yeah, but then all these crimes are being dropped in appeals court one by one.
They're ignoring that fact.
I know. They're ignoring the fact because, I mean, here's the thing, though. Trump committed no crime, but Biden and his cronies committed hella. They committed so many crimes that Biden had to give preemptive pardons. Like, bro, think about that. There's no investigation going on with these people or anything, but they got pardoned. I mean, come on now. Does that not kind of bring any alarms in your head? Like, actually, no, let's go back to when they said, Trump, you should pardon your sons and yourself. And Trump said, no, I'm not doing that because I didn't do no crime. So Trump had enough integrity to do that. What about Biden? I mean, Trump could have pardoned his sons, but he truly believed in his son's character, to his son's character, to which he didn't. How come Biden didn't have that same belief in his son's character? But y'all want to answer that, won't y'all?
To do it as covertly as possible, but we know that's what's going to happen, more than likely.
That our democracy was really at risk. People were like, oh, Democrats, you're out there, you're gaslighting. It's not our democracy. Well, he did say he'd be a dictator on day one. Oh, Democrats, you know, it's just Trump. He just talked.
Yeah, translation. Oh, he's going to be a dictator on day one. Save democracy. Translation. This guy's going to fucking come back for blood against us for what we did to him. That's what it really means.
Well, let me tell you something. He is doing more than talking. We talked about Project 2025. We talked about the consolidation of power. We talked about how he wanted to be a king. We talked about in a democratic republic, that is not what it is. We have some sort of checks and balances, and he is doing everything that he can to get rid of those checks and balances. The DOJ and the people that he...
Except if you're Democrats. Yeah, there's no checks and balances if you're Democrats, right?
Nah, it's different strokes for different folks. We knew that.
Man.
Going after were simply doing their jobs. The problem is that Americans thought that it was okay to take a full-fledged criminal and make him the president of the United States, and then they want to act aghast when he does criminal things. Let me tell you, we have a thug in charge.
Now, you guys want to act aghast when he comes back after you guys for doing the bullshit that y'all did with the lawfare that you guys did. And if you guys didn't know that you guys were running lawfare, there's a reason why Biden pardoned a bunch of people right before he left and gave them pardons in advance
of the United States. And if we don't wake up, we may not have a United States, because right now he has only been successful in being a divider in chief.
Can you tell me what you're hearing about him from Republicans, from colleagues that will speak to you off the record? Do they have concerns about him? No names, but are you hearing concerns?
I do hear concerns, and let me make sure that I get this timeline together for the American people.
Well, yeah, a lot of Republicans hate Trump. We call those guys rhinos, Republicans in name only.
One, he was sworn in on January 20th. That was on...
Yeah, just like the libs who hate, or the Democrats who hate Biden and all that. It's like we call them sensible libs.
Yeah.
Monday. We were supposed to be in session from Tuesday to Friday of that week. They canceled our Friday votes.
Broski, you're the second person that told me about this DD guy. Who is DD, bro? What's his username? Give me his username.
So we have only been in session Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of the week that he was sworn in. No other days. They decided to take advantage of the fact that Congress was not in and started to unravel and break as many things in our democracy as they could without us being here. But I can tell you that even when we went through the CR vote, there were Republicans.
I don't know. I just hate how the Democrats try to merchandise these labels like felon, like insurrectionist,
Russians, colluder. And it's kind of funny though, because it's like
divider in chief.
Like, bro, hey, they got all the catchphrases they got all the buzzwords for days.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they merchandise it for the media to make it catchy, and it works.
It's like, here's the thing though. I say the Democrats know how to appeal to younger crowd with these buzzwords and all that good stuff, to where these younger crowd can repeat it and feel like they know what they're talking about. And that's what they're honestly doing. Well, I heard somebody smart say this, so I'm gonna feel like I can say it too and still sound smart. And
then regurgitate without any without any background research.
Yeah, but here's the thing: when you ask them to back up their claim, is like, here's the thing: they can't even like pair it with the person they got it from said.
Man,
it's like, that's the worst part. Like, damn, you just copied this person word for word, and all you had was one line to say from her. You just can't do the whole spiel.
No argument, just headlines.
Yep, no argument.
In the background, were cheering us on and saying this is wrong. Like, they knew we had negotiated, and all of a sudden, this guy who's not elected makes a tweet on Twitter. And so, no, can I tell you that Republicans want to see Elon go down? I can. Now, will they come out publicly and say that? No, because they're concerned about whether or not he'll spend money in their next elections. But there are some. But I need them to understand that this is their time to rise up and do what is right. This is the time to honor the oath that we all took. Listen, today I had to enter into agreement with Rand Paul, something that I never saw on my bingo card. But this is a guy who made it clear. This stupid tariff war is just that. It is dumb. And I have to agree, even when it's somebody like Rand Paul, I have to agree that he is absolutely correct.
So just specifically, what is Rand Paul saying that you said?
And you know what I like about the Democratic Party is they always paint every Republican as just some egregious person, as just some villain. That's what I don't like. It's like, here's the thing. Y'all don't understand how much hatred you guys truly have on y'all side. Bro, when you talk about, when the Republicans talk about you, was like, I disagree with them, but they're good people. Bro, when Democrats talk about Republicans, they're the worst. They're the most ignorant. Bigots. All they care about is themselves. They hate women, trans, gay, like all this. Like, oh, they're just hateful people. And we're like, bro, if you actually hear about how Republicans talk to y'all, you guys would honestly be ashamed of yourselves.
Like, relax.
Like, man.
Yeah, I'm backing you up on this.
On the tariffs, he said that deciding to put these tariffs on Mexico as well as Canada, I don't think we'll ever scream too loudly about tariffs on China, but that's a whole other issue. But he was saying that it is going to take the cost of things up and that we should just call it what it is. This is a tax. It is a tax on Americans. And his attitude about it was, allegedly, the Republicans don't like to do taxes, so why are we raising taxes on the American people? That's exactly what it is. It's a tax on us. We are the ones that are going to pay.
Can I just ask you, didn't you hear Donald Trump say many times during the...
Now, to simply put that a tariff is a tax on the people is probably the dumbest shit I ever heard. It's like that people, when I talk about, oh, you didn't take Econ 101, I'm like, bro, if you're really just saying that a tariff is a tax on the people, then you sound freaking stupid. Like, did you take Econ 101?
Yeah, you have no idea economics if that's the case.
Man, like, we all know what a tariff is, and it only involves with trade. The fact that y'all just say, oh, it's something that's a tax on the people, I'm like, you're just gonna leave out the trade element of it?
It's like you said, they attach themselves to taglines, but have done no due research.
Yeah, it's like, and I'm pretty sure even if I asked her, well, do you understand our trade situation in the U.S.? Do you know our trade deficit? She'll probably say no. I'll be real with you, because all she's been taught to say is, oh, it's a tax on the people. It's a tax on the people. Trump bad. But then I'm like, all right, well, when Biden was doing these tariffs, where was y'all complaint then?
Wait a minute, Biden was doing tariffs?
Oh, yeah. He even increased some of Trump's tariffs. So, I mean, come on now.
The campaign, he was going to lower prices for the American people. Won't this have the opposite effect?
Now, you know, I tried to ignore.
And this is before the tariff war, by the way, chat.
A lot of the things.
But we know that obviously the tariff war ended.
But yes, he did say that. He did tell that lie. And we know we've got historic prices right now on eggs. For everybody that said they voted because of the price of eggs, they have only gone up. And just saying that you're going to lower something with only offering.
Here's the thing, though. How long has eggs been going up? This whole year. Actually, the price on groceries and everything's been going up all through Biden's presidency, and y'all had nothing to say. Like, nothing to say until this man came in Trump, and now until Trump comes in office, and now I want to talk about eggs. It's like, this is the type of like stuff where I say, I'm pretty sure I can grill her ass. It'd just be like, sweetheart, you can't talk about eggs when Trump has only been in office for like what, maybe like a month, but Biden's been in office for like all 4 years of his presidency, and the prices went up, and y'all ain't say nothing about that. So you sound very uneducated if you're just gonna snapshot egg prices right now when egg prices have been going up way before Trump was president, like during Biden's administration. How? I mean, no, I'm not even going to insult y'all any further.
Not only are you prejudice, but the selective outrage is incredible.
It's insane. It's like all 4 years, eggs have been going up, all groceries been going up, all prices been going up. Y'all ain't say shit to Biden. Trump comes in office, and the first thing I want to talk about is eggs, bro. Bro, get the hell up out of here with that, bro.
Like, your selective outrage and your bias is glaringly obvious.
Man.
Concepts.
All right, so let me also show you guys another. Here she is, Jasmine Crockett again, which I found this very funny. Let's play the clip and then I'll show you guys what I said.
That's what's happening right now. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are, that's what's happening right now. I am.
Yes, remember, this is the same girl that was talking all that ish on the other side. Look, they expose their racism every time.
Like,
and I'm be real with you, G. It be girls like this that I'm just like, bro, look, man, she thinks she's better than you in every way, shape, and form. And I promise you, she don't know half. She's only knowledgeable on half of the subject. Because, like I said, you can't talk about tariffs without talking about the trade deficit or the trade element of tariffs. You can't talk about egg prices without mentioning, well, what about Biden's presidency when it was seeing crazy jumps? It's like, yeah, she's running with half-ass information.
Another.
But
here she is, Jasmine Crockett again,
Carter
which I
Forte.
found this very funny. Let's play the clip and then I'll show you guys what I said. I found this.
Hold on. He said, here it is. Blacks cry about racism, but perpetuate it. Race grifters like Tariq Nasheed cry about white supremacy, but blacks can call them mediocre white boys with zero consequences. This is to distract from the real supremacy, which I'm gonna be real with you, man, kind of is black supremacy, but you know, only white people can be supremacists for some reason. What would happen if she said mediocre Jewish boys? I mean, yeah. And that's crazy because Tariq Nasheed and all those black people want to harp on white supremacy. Is like, yeah, y'all don't ever want to talk about the Jewish control in our community, how to control all of our sports, entertainment, and a lot more than just that. And y'all want to talk about that, though. Y'all want to talk about that supremacy, though, huh? Y'all stay away from that because y'all know what these people allow you to poke at.
What did he say?
Here she is, Jasmine Crockett again, which I found this very funny. Let's play the clip and then I'll show you guys what I said.
That's what's happening
All right.
right now. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are, that's what's happening right now. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are competent, you are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel away and why you can't make me doubt who I am is because I know that I had to.
Because you know that DEI isn't full of. That's why. Because DEI is
work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie,
you ain't worked. You complained 10 times as hard as they did. That's what got you there.
Taylor Greene, or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been
I'm a black
beaten out
woman.
by
I deserve the
people
respect of
that
everybody on this podium.
When?
comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. This is why they don't want us to have education. That's what's happening right now. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are competent, you are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel away and why you can't make me doubt who I am is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor.
So I commented on this, right? Blacks cry about racism but perpetuate it. Race grifters like Tariq Nasheed cry about white supremacy, but blacks can call them mediocre white boys with zero consequence. This is distract from the real supremacy. What would happen if she said mediocre Jewish boys? Question mark. Guys, like, this is like, bruh. And this is what I mean when I say, like,
It's too
white
easy.
people can openly practice racism with no consequence, bro.
Mm-hmm.
With zero consequence, man. Shit is wild, bro. Absolutely wild. But anyway, so yeah, you guys can see, obviously, the Democrats are losing their minds. She's on fucking mainstream television talking about the white boy tears and shit like that. She crashing out, bro.
Yeah.
She crashing out. This is a member of Congress, by the way, saying this shit.
A member of Congress is actually literally an overt racist. But Trump's a racist, though. I mean, I ain't never heard Trump go in there and be like, yo, you know, those pitiful black people mad that I'm up here and all this good stuff. It's like
that black anger, that black
anger, yeah, that black plight, you know. It's like, come on now. If a white person came up there and said that, y'all be hurt.
There'd be civil outrage.
But this black girl comes up and say that, we're all supposed to stay silent about it. Oh, black people can't be racist. No, that was racist, to be honest with you.
Oh, well, black people can't be racist, though. So
I mean,
they don't hold a position of power.
When you sit there and you post yourself higher than another race because you're black, that's racism.
You ain't her fucking mind, bro. It's just fucking funny, bro. All right, so we'll finish watching this because there's a good part here that I want you guys to see here.
There are some protections against that people are, because I know there's a lot of concern about it. What happens if they simply ignore the courts? And there are lots of people who are concerned about this. I'm sure you get a lot of comments from viewers about that. I get a lot of emails at Democracy Docket about that. And the fact is that there are some guardrails there. Number one, the Department of Justice lawyers who are making these representations and have to report back to the judge, right? In each of these instances, the judges are saying, come back to my courtroom and give me the assurances that this has been done. And those lawyers face risk that is not really pardonable, right? And so that is a part of it. The second is that ultimately, if the courts get angry enough and they do contempt, they can do civil contempt as well as criminal contempt. Civil contempt is not purgeable through a pardon, and you could have the courts start to impose penalties on these individuals at scale. Now, that's not going to affect that's not going to affect Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk, you could fine Elon Musk $1 million a day, and it still wouldn't, prevent him from doing stuff. But there is some pushback. But I want to pick up your larger.
I mean, he said you could find, that was funny. He said you could find Elon Musk $1 million a day, and he would still have enough money to go out and do whatever he wants. He could pay $365 million a year in fines, and this man will still do whatever the hell he wants. Yeah, that's what happened when you're worth $500 billion. Shout out Elon. But all right, man, let's get into the next video. How USA secretly organizes riots around the world. I mean, like I said, man, this is what our money is going towards, but this is what the Dems don't want you to know.
That country in order to weaken the existing government and to build up our network.